Hey everyone, thanks for joining and we'll get started with the AMA shortly.
Hi Wes. Thanks a lot for the intro. It is my great pleasure to be here today and share with the Theta community. We are excited for the upcoming TDrop launch.
We appreciate all the community questions today about Theta's collaborations with Meter and particularly in regards to the launch of TDrop tomorrow.
Meter Passport has grown to over 9+ networks and 130+ assets in the last 6 months, with our key partners being Theta, Moonbeam, Moonriver, and Ampliforth to name a few. The most frequently used case for Theta users is currently transferring assets between Ethereum, BSC and Meter for trading purposes. We also have capabilities to support NFTs, which may be interesting for Theta NFT holders and investors in the future.
Like most things that touch ETH, it gets expensive. Perhaps in the future, if an ETH Layer 2 can effectively facilitate these types of layer transactions, that could be a way to cut down on the costs on the ETH side. Let's move on to VoltSwap. Congratulations on the successful launch and integration with Theta recently. What are some of the unique features of VoltSwap compared to other DEX, and why Theta users should use it?
Firstly, VoltSwap is a community-owned DEX with 90% supply reserved for community through yield farming over the course of 4 years. The rest 10% will be used for airdrop and other marketing activities through governance. With the key focus on yield farming by the community, VoltSwap supports non-custodial yield farming by creation of the ERC-721 NFT contract-based smart wallet. Only the user has access to this universal vault linked to his wallet. The user could subscribe to multiple yield farming programs, while the liquidity tokens never having to leave the user wallet. This ability is what will enable the TDrop, T-Fuel dual mining program, which allows TDrop, T-Fuel liquidity providers to earn both TDrop and Volt tokens. The reward multiplier design also allows long-term staker to be heavily rewarded than short-term speculators. VoltSwap and Meter Passport integration enables the community to benefit from cross-chain arbitrages. VoltSwap currently showcases swaps, yield farming and staking features. We are also actively working on IDO, Launchpad capabilities. The Meter team developed VoltSwap, but it is donated to the community to facilitate multi-chain liquidity.
Yeah, the TDrop, T-Fuel dual mining program in particular I think is very exciting. Can you walk through how that's going to work for a Theta user?
Sure. For Theta users, 1. Make sure you have both TDrop, I believe the airdrop will be distributed tomorrow, and T-Fuel tokens. 2. Go to https://voltswap.finance and click on the Pool tab to add liquidity, which means providing both tokens into a pool so traders can trade against the pool. We have a guide that can be found at. To add liquidity, pay attention to the exchange prices in the pool, as the price could be quite volatile initially. 3. You will receive LP tokens after adding liquidity to the pool. You should then stake the LP token into the Theta farm by click the Farm tab in VoltSwap or go directly to. Again, we have guide on. VoltSwap has another interesting feature of reward multiplier, which goes from 1 to 10x over 70 days. It allows long-term staker to win a bigger pie of the total rewards. Detailed calculations can be found here. And products: yield farming, staking, liquidity mining.
Great. I hope to see a significant TVL for TDrop and for Theta assets in general. What's next for VoltSwap on Theta? Anything else you'd like to cover before we start on some user-submitted questions?
The next for VoltSwap on Theta will likely be a collaboration with ecosystem projects on Thetan network on cross-staking pool, which allows Volt token holders to earn various rewards and potential launchpads.
That's great timing, as there are several Theta ecosystem projects going live in Q1 that have really high-quality teams behind them and are launching TNT20 tokens. I'm sure they'll be looking for a place to launch and establish liquidity pools. Now let's take some time to answer some community-submitted questions from earlier today in this channel, then we can open up to live questions from the audience. You can find examples in the Theta ecosystem white paper of the potential APR for TDrop staking, but it will depend in part on the staking percent. Several community sites are planning to create calculators for this, including Theta board.
Yes, the APY is hard to predict right now as we do not know the TDrop price yet. I could only talk about rewards. T-Fuel, TDrop, 5,000 volt per day plus 1.5 million TDrop over 90 days, sponsored by the Theta Foundation. Volt, TDrop, 7,000 volt per day. There will be 2 pools at the launch tomorrow. We will adjust the Volt rewards every 30 days based on the liquidity and trading volumes, but your reward multiplier will not be impacted. By the way, Theta Volt holders will be able to make and vote on governance proposals on. You could also discuss the proposal on.
When we farm T-Fuel, TDrop on Volt Swap, will the rewards be in Volt or TDrop, or both? And thank you for taking the time to answer our questions.
There will be 2 farms, TDrop, T-Fuel earning Volt, and TDrop, T-Fuel earning TDrop. You will be able to stake in both farms with the same LP token in. You will be earning both rewards once you stake.
You mentioned a cross-staking pool. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this?
Not cross-chain staking pool. Staking the Volt Swap LP token is performed inside an NFT wallet owned by each individual user to prevent potential rug pulls. This is one of the key features for Volt Swap. The bridge fee subsidy program is to stake MTRG token on Meter mainnet. You will have to use the same address for staking and cross-chain transfers.
Wes, I appreciate you taking the time to do all of these talks. I feel like I've seen you everywhere lately and know you've probably taken back a good 10 liters of G Fuel as of late. Any tidbits on what we should expect on the rollout of TDrop and your excitement levels for it, or is that for a different forum?
Of course, we'll be doing many more in the near future. TDrop rollout, as always, we will mostly be focused on a successful launch from a technical perspective, so that it can immediately be used on Theta Drop. I am definitely excited, but I think even more so in the coming weeks and months as new TDrop features get rolled out. The day one features are pretty limited compared to what's in the works.
So if I stake my TDrop T-Fuel on Volt, will that still qualify me for the VIP access on Theta Drop?
No, not in the present implementation. In the future it may be upgraded so that you can both stake and hold TDrop on the platform for benefits. Also, I should note that the VIP tiers will be adjusted if necessary to find the right fit for the users, so if too few users are hitting the different tiers, it can be tweaked.
What would be the pros and cons of staking on Thetan network versus in a liquidity pool on Volt Swap? I'm trying to figure out the best strategy.
Staking Theta is lower risk, but lower return. Providing liquidity on Volt Swap, you may incur impermanent losses. You may have more on one token and less on the other token when you withdraw, but much higher returns.
Any plans to implement a solution to be able to do liquidity providing through Meter and run an Elite Edge node at the same time in the future?
Right now, a use case that requires staking or locking is mutually exclusive. But we are looking into ways to work around that, but must be careful to do so in ways that don't threaten security as well. Example, taking a liquidity provider token and using that to stake is sort of like having tokens in 2 places at once. It sounds a little like rehypothecation and printing extra tokens. But short answer, we are thinking through the dynamic and we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, that's all the time we have today, everyone. A big thank you to Ziohanzu for stopping by, and thank you to everyone who joined and asked questions. We're looking forward to lots more collaboration with the Meter team and a successful TDrop launch tomorrow.
Thanks a lot Wes Levitt for hosting. Appreciate everyone's time and enthusiasm. Looking forward to tomorrow's big launch.